What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Pedro back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how I believe the Black Frieza saga should go. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of speculation as to when the Dragon Ball Super anime will return, and it really comes down to, the legal battle between Akio Yoku, Shueisha, Toei Animation, just an entire cluster of different entities and different groups that are trying to battle for the Dragon Ball IP. And obviously, when money is involved, things can take a long time to get resolved. But I can almost guarantee you guys that they will eventually animate the Moro arc, and they will eventually animate the Granola arc and the Black Frieza arc, because they would be leaving way too much money on the table for them not to do that. And the fans, the demand for these arcs is so high, they'd be stupid to not animate them. Anyway, we're not here today to talk about legal battles. We are here today to talk about the Black Frieza saga. So without further ado, let's get into it. I think it goes without saying that a lot of Dragon Ball fans have been kind of disappointed with the series in recent years, mainly because it just feels like there's been a lack of overall stakes and tension within the series, because whenever a character dies, you can just revive them with the Dragon Balls, and that can totally invalidate pretty much all tension that you have built up within the story, and it can make viewers not feel very invested, because the characters have really nothing to lose if every time that they get into a battle, they can just fall back on the Dragon Balls, or they can fall back on the Namekian Dragon Balls, or even, the Super Dragon Balls. But I have a way to mitigate this issue that would definitely make fans way more interested in the series than they have been in a very long time. To do this, we're going to go all the way back to the Tournament of Power, before the fighting even started, whenever Frieza was looking upon the Omni Kings with a stare of hatred, basically saying that, one day I will come for you guys too. One day I will take the throne and assume authority over all in all of the universes. And obviously, Frieza is, even in his black form, Frieza is definitely not strong enough to take on the Omni King, the Grand Priest, or any of the angels for that matter. So the only way that Frieza could get through the gods and basically assert himself as the one above all in every single universe is by using the Super Dragon Balls and making a wish that would get rid of Zeno and the Grand Priest and all of the gods, including the gods of destruction and the angels. I know a lot of you guys in my comments are probably going to be like, oh, the Super Dragon Balls can't get rid of Zeno, but the Super Dragon Balls are actually not stated to have any real limitations. And the Super Dragon Balls can even bring back the universes that Zeno himself erased. So it is actually very likely that the Super Dragon is actually above Zeno in power. And since the Super Dragon would be above Zeno in power, that means he would also be above the Grand Priest and the angels and the gods of destruction. And by getting rid of every single god standing in his way, he would assert himself as the one above all, and there would literally be nobody to stand in his way at that point. The only threats in the universe that would be able to stand up against him potentially would be, of course, the god tier Z fighters and maybe Jiren. That's it. Everybody else is pretty much just fodder. But I definitely think by getting rid of all of the gods, that would be a great way to reintroduce stakes into the story, because that would give Goku and Vegeta even more motivation to defeat Black Frieza so they could resurrect Beerus and Whis. With all of the gods gone, the danger level would definitely increase, because Goku and Vegeta, they don't have Beerus or Whis to fall back on. They don't have Whis to rewind time, or Whis to tell them how to solve the issue. They don't have Beerus there to basically destroy Frieza out of existence. So it would be up to Goku and Vegeta, and obviously Gohan Beast, Orange Piccolo, and Broly to defeat Black Frieza. And I think Frieza would definitely need to upgrade his Frieza Force, because having the fight just be Frieza versus like 1v5 versus all this, the God tier Z fighters would be very just basic and not really have any drama. I think that we need to have some Frieza Force members that are on the level of like the God tier Z fighters, not like the main ones like Goku and Vegeta, but we need to have some Frieza Force members that are on the level of Gohan Beast, Broly, and fucking Orange Piccolo. Because me personally, I want these characters to have their individual moments, and if we're just gonna have a 1v5 Sukuna versus the Jujutsu, the Jutsu sorcerers type battle, it'll just kind of feel less impactful. So I want each individual God tier Z fighter. I want Orange Piccolo to have his own battle. I want Gohan Beast to have his own battle. I want Broly to have his own battle so that we can see each individual character have growth. And I also think that this would be a good way to introduce characters like Cooler into the story. Like, imagine you get Black Frieza and Black Cooler. So we know that Frieza has scientists within the Frieza Force. He has doctors within the Frieza Force. So Frieza could literally provide like his blood to a scientist and be like, hey, I want you to clone me, and so I can have some henchmen that are actually near my level, right? And boom, that's how you get fucking Cooler. And it would actually make sense for the story, because you'd ask like, oh, why are Frieza's new Frieza Force members so fucking strong? I'm like, it's because Frieza himself is strong, and because they are derivatives of Frieza. This whole plot line that I've created in this video is very similar to Avengers Infinity War, when Thanos snapped his finger and got rid of all of the superheroes for the most part. I think it definitely works for Dragon Ball, because it really increases that sense of dread and helplessness that the Z fighters had. It would be a great opportunity for them to reintroduce characters into the story and introduce new characters into the story. Like, they could literally have Frieza create a new version of the Ginyu Force. It could literally be like the Frieza Saga 2.0. By doing that, you add a lot of emotion to the story, a lot of investment to the story, because trust me, if they were to like introduce an upgraded God tier version of like the fucking Ginyu Force, and they would introduce like Black Cooler alongside Black Frieza, so there's like an entire legion. It'd be like a war of different factions, like the God tier Z fighters versus the God tier Frieza Force. Like, can you fucking imagine how hype that would be? Obviously, the way the arc would end is the Z fighters would resurrect all of the gods, Zeno, the Grand Priest, and that would redeem Goku's reputation in the universes as being like a danger to all of the universes, because he constantly wants battle. But if Goku were to save all of the universes from Black Frieza, then obviously his reputation would be redeemed. And I think this would be a great way to actually end Super. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the theory, and basically how I would want it to go. You guys let me know how you would want it to go down in the comment section below. I'm very interested to hear you guys' opinions on this. And if you like the video, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe, share the video around with your friends, and yeah, more videos to come. Have a great one.